Hello everyone, and welcome to my Soap TV 24 channel. Is Carter the new Steffy? Plus, see how bold and beautiful Brooke beat Taylor at a game neither was playing? The fact that this week's episodes of Bold and Beautiful were a bit of a mixed bag shouldn't come as a surprise to fans of the show or readers of this column. There was some pretty entertaining moments, but heaven knows there was not much plot movement. Like that? Okay, let's talk. The crux of the issue. In typical Bold and Beautiful style, Ridge turned out to be Taylor's problem source as well as the one person who could bring her back to health. Taylor was on the road to recovery after just one session with Chandra and a brief dip in her restorative sound bath. Call me crazy, but I don't think that cuddling up in the person's lap who has hurt you so much will actually aid in your healing, but whatever, surely Chandra is the expert. Taylor from BB beams as she and Ridge give a hug. Brooke eventually learned what was going on between her former and potentially future husband and his former and possibly future wife after spying on this incredibly personal moment. Brooke received what had to be the best line of the week when she learned about Taylor's illness. Just so you know, I've experienced numerous broken hearts and no one has ever labeled it as a syndrome, she spit out. Brooke, touché. Touché. Extra points for getting Ridge to imitate that seductive position with you. That demonstrates to him who in the family wears the panties and underwear. After all, it's not named Brooke's bedroom for nothing. Text says get Soap's Bold and Beautiful newsletter by subscribing. Get daily recaps, exclusive interviews, spoilers, and breaking news alerts delivered right to your inbox at https://cloud.email.soaps.com/signup/. Family Guy. The entire week's best scenes were included in Thursday's program, which had an incredibly entertaining script. Find a way to add some entertainment value if you're going to play the same beats repeatedly. The Liam and Bill Will thing, for instance, wasn't all that interesting, but it's always fun to watch the Spencer men together. Will workers Liam Bill B&B. When Bill learned that Will was employed at Forrester Creations, he responded with the ideal response, "What are they going to teach you, sequins? Hem a gown." But when he discovered that his youngest son had actually accepted the internship because of all the attractive women employed by the fashion firm, his distaste for his choice was replaced with joy. Will's situation demonstrates that the adage, "the apple doesn't fall far from the tree," holds true. If there's one thing that I don't entirely understand, it's how Will tells Dad Bill that he probably shouldn't treat Katie the same way while simultaneously pushing Liam to follow his feelings for Hope. Rinse, wash, and repeat. In all honesty, the fact that we have such interesting scripts this week is fortunate because the plot of almost all of them is the same. Regardless of what the contestants say, we're undoubtedly going to play another round of Brooke Ridge Taylor, but we're also playing a Hope/Liam tale, with Carter standing in for Steffy. That may sound strange, but you get the idea. Carter, Steffy Hope Brooke Ridge bed and breakfast. The reason the large discussion about Hope's line went well was that everyone contributed. Although Steffy's demeanor might have come across as harsh to some, she was all business. What she wanted to know was the precise amount, not what might be. Additionally, as a result of Carter's encouragement, a few others began to view him warily and ponder whether there may be more going on in his mind than just keeping the books balanced. The humorous screenplay for this episode, as I previously highlighted, featured Hope telling Carter, "We shan't keep the queen waiting," before making a joke about Steffy and her guillotine. I, the court jester, was very entertained. Thoughts at random, I still find it difficult to respect RJ's design abilities. In contrast to Will, who seems to be a fully realized character, RJ lacks a sense of purpose. Though I think Elektra is Will-bound, perhaps her arrival shortly will change that. Liam Steffy kisses B&B. Liam has to be seated and given a consent discussion by someone. Without regard for whether the person is interested, the guy just goes around kissing everyone he pleases. First Hope, now Steffy. Not cool, man. Taylor comes across as flighty and careless each time she says, the initial diagnosis suggested heart failure, and she says it a lot in Bold and Beautiful. Because she simply decided she was dying and quit up, rather than seeking further treatment based on that as-suggested diagnosis. I'm very glad Ridge and his chakras were discovered. Honoring the future of Hope. Following the conference meeting, Hope was feeling quite positive. Hope for the future was saved by Carter alone. Despite the poor sales, he still thought the line was necessary. Hope hasn't given her couture label her whole attention. She has been preoccupied with the mails of other ladies ever since Thomas left. Additionally, she had trouble getting ideas for her collection, and ever since, sales have declined. Carter intends to use a lingerie line to revitalize the company. He thinks Hope ought to be the face of the company, just like her mother Brooke did with Brooke's bedroom. He has Hope on the brain, which is why he feels so good about the failing brand. Hope and Carter left their jobs and went straight to his house. Dessert was on the menu, there was no time for dinner. They rejoiced about their fruitful visit with Ridge and Steffy. Carter and Hope were going to have a memorable evening. The candles were already lit when they entered. To make this happen, he must have had someone working behind the scenes. Does Eric Forrester want to spend one final moment with Brooke Logan? Eric Forrester, John McCook, offered his thoughts on his son's beloved Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes' love triangle this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. Though it appears that Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., is still undecided between the two women, will his father give up on one of them? Here's what to expect next on B&B, beware of spoilers. Spoilers for The Bold Beautiful, Brooke Logan talks to Eric Forrester. The issues in Brooke Logan's, Catherine Kelly Lang, relationship with Ridge were disclosed to Eric Forrester. It's not every day that you walk in and discover your man unintentionally balancing his chakras while being straddled by his ex-wife. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke has always been a tremendous fan of Eric Forrester's. He'll probably give Ridge Forrester a hard time for wavering between Taylor and Brooke and tell him what a wonderful woman Brooke is. Though Brooke has always been his favorite Logan woman, Eric is currently seeing Donna Logan, Jennifer Garais, Brooke's sister. Bold viewers were moved to tears by Brooke's heartfelt bedside pleas, but it was Donna who supported Eric during his final moments on B&B last year. Observing the relationship between the dying Eric and Brooke in the hospital was a little unsettling. There were long-running speculations that, upon his resuscitation, Eric would confess his love to Brooke and leave Donna, but these stories never seemed to materialize. Will everything alter if Ridge and Brooke split up? B&B spoilers, will Eric Forrester and Brooke Logan reunite? Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful indicate that Brooke Logan will soon be taking a closer look at dating again. Is she truly able to compete with chakras and broken heart syndrome? For a while, Eric Forrester on the CBS serial opera battled to accept that he had eluded death. Following such a horrific event, Eric seems to want to seize the moment and do what feels right. You never know when your time on Earth will come to an end. When Brooke becomes available, will Eric dump Donna and spend his final years with his real love?